Hello, this is Mike Downing of Bearpop Comics, and I got another haul. I was out of town. Usually go up to Pennsylvania when I go see the family, the grandson and stuff, and they got a lot more comic shops up there. Unfortunately, this area is struggling. The South Jersey area is struggling with comic shops. You got to travel at least 30 to 45. No, I won't say 30. I'll say 45 minutes to get to one. A lot of them have closed in this area. The most we have is Ollie's, and Ollie's is okay to a point, but it's not a comic book shop. It's Ollie's. So, with that being said, so I want to get right into this new comic haul. We have Weapon X #3, The Age of Apocalypse, which is Wolverine. And I talked about this book once before. I have the graphic novel of Age of Apocalypse, pretty much with all the stories in there. Excuse my yawning, because I just got back from maybe about 3 or 4 hours on the road. But at any rate, so I did talk about this book before, and when I pick up single issues, I try to move them pretty fast. And I had sold this one before, and actually I ran into it again. So let's hope that I have the same type of success with this one. This stack over here. Okay, we have Gunslinger Spawn. I showed you this before, but I usually pick these up when I run into them. They Spawn related characters move pretty good. Oh wow, I'm sorry guys. Anyway, I'm just beat, but we're gonna get this done. Gunslinger Spawn #29. Barbaric #1. This is from Bulk Comics. I've heard good stuff about this book. I've seen the art inside, and I kind of like it. I thought it was pretty decent. If I can show something to you, it's not a bad looking book at all. So they said it's action, comedy, and drama all in the same shot. So I'm looking to probably flip this one, but I'm going to purchase the graphic novel of this and kind of catch up. Like I said, I heard nothing but good stories on this book. It was the character was I'm sorry, not the character. The team is Morcelli, I believe that is Gooden, Marquez, and Campbell. I've never heard of this particular artist writing team before, but I'm sure it's good. Now here's a classic from Continuity Graphics. This is, I believe, out from the 80s. Echoes of Future Past. I've heard about this independent book, and so I was hoping to find more because I wanted to complete the set. But they say good things about this one too, and the art is very decent. And I have Echoes of Future Past. This was let me go back. Let's go back. This is #7. And I believe this was no, I wished it was #8. It's #5. So it kind of jumps. I've never read this book. I don't know what it's about. This cover looks a little crazy. I have no idea what's going on. And the back, they're advertising one of their heroes, Megalith, the Ultimate Man. Megalith, yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Anyway, this was another indie book I picked up by Aftershock. I like the cover. So, it's called Artemis and the Assassin. So, I've never even heard of this book, but I thought the cover was dope. And this is that was #1, and this is issue #2 on the back. Good stuff. I hope you guys can see this pretty well. I don't want to put too much light on it because too much light makes it glare, and it's a pain. All right, and we have Teen Titans from the this is probably about 80, I believe 84, 85, something like that. And this was when they had who's my George Perez from Marvel Comics drawing for him. And the character Raven on the front. When I was in high school, these books were really popular. Like the X-Men, which was the Uncanny X-Men run when John Romita Jr. was drawn for him, and Teen Titans. Those were the two top books. Oh, and I have to mention Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When they first came out, when they were underground books, and they were, wasn't that kid stuff. They were pretty violent. Those were 3 hot books that I remember when I was in school and everybody was collecting those. And I have some Punisher Max by what's the guy's name? I think it's Ray Ennis. I'm sorry. His art is very realistic. He makes the Punisher looks more like the Punisher from the series. I think they got inspired from this run when they did the series on Netflix and now, which is on Marvel Disney. Everywhere I see these covers, I pick these covers up because I like these covers here. It's something about them. It's just really cool, especially this one. Garth Ennis, that's his name. Excuse me. And he's on this one too. Garth Ennis, Steve Dillon, and Jimmy Palmiotti. And this was the Marvel Knights series. So in this pack, I got Marvel Knights sketchbook, which when I go to sell this, I'll probably sell all 3 of these, or maybe even the 4. And then I have the Marvel Knights. Let's put this down for a minute because you guys won't be able to see it if I don't. I have Marvel Knights tour book, and these were a lot of popular covers from Marvel Knights in the early 2000s. The iconic covers. This is not really a comic book, so to speak. It's kind of let you know about the writers and the artists. It's kind of like a little documentary or whatever, if you want to put it like that. So I don't think it would sell well by itself. It's more of a collector's item, so I would probably sell it with the group. So let's put this over to the side right now. Let's get into our next step. And as you know, I keep my artwork in the background. One of the characters I was working on. Let's open this back up. Okay, now we're moving on to DC. We have Absolute Power number 1 of 4. This was pretty much a hot book when it came out. I don't know the value of it now, but when it came out, to me it was way too expensive, and I wasn't going to just pay that for no one book. Some people was asking $10 for it, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So these are dollar bin hauls, people. I go through the dollar bins quite a bit. Now this was a 25% off cover price, so I did a couple of them. Did quite a bit of them. They got a little pricey too, but sometimes I go a little upgrade. But most of the stuff I do is dollar bin, unless I'm getting bronze books, and I'll pay the extra for them because they have that value. They're from the 70s, 80s, some of them. So we have that one, Ultimate Power 1 of 4, and we got some variant covers from the Ultimate Power series, and this is Ultimate Power this is 4. That's 1 of 4. This is 4. Now Supergirl on there, she looks a little, looks like she's been smoking something. I don't know what this is about, but the cover is striking, so I grabbed it. We have Ultimate Power Task Force. I'm not good with Roman numerals. I guess that's Task Force 5 or 3 or whatever. Anybody that knows what Roman numerals are in the comments, you can tell me, because I'm not good with Roman numerals at all. I did barely good in them in school. So, but it's number 1 of whatever Ultimate Task Force that is, and this is a variant cover also. It's a double. Well, you've already seen it, so I'm not going to keep showing you that. We have Action Comics I hated when they did these numbers like this. 1056. I couldn't stand them big numbers like that on the comics. I just wasn't used to that. Anyway, this is a variant cover also, and I'm not sure who this is on the front. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Batwoman, but I could be totally wrong. But nevertheless, it's a really decent cover. And now this is one of my favorites, the Batman Beyond series. When this came out on the WB back in the day, I've watched this, I liked it. I liked that whole premise with Terry Guinness and, Bruce Wayne and how they did that. So any Batman Beyonds, I try to snatch those up pretty quick. And this was in that 25% off cover price. So you see the cover price was $5.99, which I think that's just ridiculous. But these new books, that's how they do. $5.99 will get you, or $6 will get you probably one of these classic Spider-Mans that's in this graphic novel, like one of the actual books. Maybe a low-grade one that holds more value. But hey, I know that the economy is making everybody struggle, but I'm going to go on record and say, with everybody listening, they need to bring down the prices of these new comics. It's too much money, and if you really want to keep the culture going, make it reasonable. It's a comic book. I'm not taking out a mortgage loan, so that's why I stay in the dollar bins or something where it's half off or something like that. So, and you can put that in the comments, you guys' opinions about the price of comic books. I just think they're too high for new readers. I do. I can't stress that enough. Okay, I'm going over some of the things I'm going to post. Radiant Red, and I think I talked about this before. And I have Radiant Black in here. I got a couple other issues in here too, but I'm going through these pretty fast because I'll be posting these pretty soon. Department of Truth, issue number 9. This book is still like really popular. I can never find a good run of these issues. They're always scattered. If I can find one, but one is probably so weird. So what's Covenant Connection collection right now? So so to speak, we're not going to worry about that. And I'm going to be posting this soon. Frank Miller and Dave Gibbons, Give Me Liberty. This was a good book. I would open it up and show you what's inside, but I'm moving kind of fast because I'm tired. Okay, Weird Science, number 4. And Weird Science number 10. These are reprints that came out in the 80s of the actual series from the 50s, and Wally Wood was the artist for them. And Wally Wood is a really good artist. He has that realism with the comic feel and very detailed. He's kind of like considered like a really over a lot of major artists today, But the requirements back then on the old days when they did comics, they play with anatomy now, but back in the day when they did like these type of comic books, everything, the anatomy was very tight. They tried to make it as realistic as possible. So, this is a good thing to have in the collection. I would like the actual books, but I know they cost the arm and a leg. So at any rate, and that I found those in a dollar bin. So we're going to go over to, these doesn't have bags and boards. So let's hope this holder fares up pretty well. This is from Image. It's the Lazarus series. Kind of reminds me of, it was a show that used to come on in the early 2000s with Jessica Alba, Dark Angel. It just reminds me of that. But just like a soldier, like a super soldier, and she protects. I want to make sure I get this right. She's protecting either government officials or something like that. I glanced through the book. I have the graphic novel. I have not read it yet. I started to read it. I have so much to catch on. But I like the art, and I heard good things about the book. Excuse me. And this was number 6. Then I have Lazarus number 7. Lazarus number 8. Now, this series, I'm in the hunt to get the whole run. Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. This is a crime noir type series. Rick Remender, you know, his work when he writes. You know, a lot of people love his writing. He does some very different type of comic stories. I've read he had a book out called Deadly Class. They had a TV series of that, and that was crazy about a team of young assassins. So I know this book is going to be pretty decent, but I don't want to start reading it until I get the whole run of them. So I'll probably buy a graphic novel of this because it's too hard to find the single issues. All right. Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. Which one is this? Number... I hope this is a number 1. This looks like a number 1. Yeah, it's number 1. So, no, I'm sorry. The Light-Headed Bad. This is a number 5. So that's 4 and 5. I wish I could find a number 1 to it. This is number 8. And number 11. See, it's sporadic because when I go through the dollar bins, if it's good, everybody jumps on it. So it's very hard to get these books. But yet and still, I still hunt because, you know, to me, I mean, if you can find it, that's worth the hunt. That just makes it all the more better. And I also ran across another issue of Geiger number 2 from Vault Comics. I have quite a few of these. I never noticed, and I'm just looking at this now, that this robotic character, the person he's carrying up this wall has no legs, so it's an amputee. And I just noticed that looking at this book. Oh wow, that's pretty crazy. So, but you know, at any rate, it looks like a pretty interesting book. This is another one I plan to get a graphic novel on. And I think I've showed you guys pretty much everything that I just recently purchased. I was trying to hunt and see if I have anything else, but I don't think I do. So tonight will be a very short taping of this video. So I'm glad that it is because I am very, very tired. But I want you guys to enjoy this video, and if you get a chance, I have a link in the description. I talk about it all the time for the Kickback Lounge. If you guys are interested in the instrumentals for your sites, no matter what you do, I can provide different styles, and you know, we can talk some business. And also, I will be in the near future, as I'm working on this book, this comic art of mine. I'll move this to the side. Once I get this together, I really am looking at doing like an online comic, but I may do a video on YouTube and put it on the Bearpop Comics site, you know, with music accompaniment and everything on it. You know, I just want to try something different, and I would hope that you guys find it interesting to watch. So, with all that being said, this is tonight's video of Bearpop Comics, and I will see you guys next week. Kickbackmusic.com